mic real quick.
Oh. We're live, okay. That's what I got.
All right.
What are we drinking over there? What are we drinking?
I'm just on a little San Pellegrino here, pal.
Oh, okay.
Nothing fancy tonight.
Only I was going to be the one to get the alcoholic beverage. Good. Good.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, bro. Yep.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the greatest wrestling podcast in the world, the Oversell podcast. This is episode 18, the Backlash results. You got me. You got the captain. We are here rolling down the results and grades of the recent Backlash premium live event. And then we're going to go into a little bit of our predictions for Night of Champions coming up as well, because that's coming up in like 2.5 weeks. So what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good, bro. Excited to go over, one of the greatest pay-per-views we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get excited about Night of Champions, so hopefully you can get me there.
Well, I mean, we got a lot to go over with that as well, so we'll see where we get. I'm in the same boat as you a little bit right now. But we haven't heard anything yet. We don't know anything. We only know of like one specific match and one guy that's definitely going to be at Night of Champions. Everything else is kind of up in the air. So, but let's get right into the Backlash results. So, opening fight of the night was what I feel wound up being the dark horse of the night, the one that we kind of thought was going to be a snooze fest, wound up being amazing. Bianca versus Io Sky.
Great match.
It was absolutely fantastic. The crowd.
I agree with you. Very.
Yeah. The crowd. We were talking about it before the pay-per-view started. That no one was excited for that. None of us were excited for that match.
I think truthfully, what got us pumped up about it was the crowd. I think that the fact that the crowd was so into it, it gave us the energy we needed to go into it feeling like, okay, there's something to see here. And I think that's exactly what killed Bianca and Asuka in the second night.
Yeah.
Right? The crowd was so bad that we felt like, man, is this match as bad as the crowd feels about it? Or we didn't really know. So the crowd was into it. Io Sky was awesome.
She put on a hell of a performance.
And listen, and it speaks volumes to Bianca Belair's in-ring ability, because up until that match, I felt like she could only be in the ring with, like, bigger women who can do a little bit of damage. But really, she was in with a high-flying wrestler. It was fun. It was fun, bro.
A lot of fun. We've talked about it in the past that the women's division is in shambles currently. And that there are certain wrestlers that are on the bubble, and Io is one of them. Because Io, when she wrestles with these subpar, lower-level people, she looks like shit. Yeah. But when she's put in a situation where she's one-on-one with Bianca, and Bianca can go, just like any of the best women in the business right now, we've learned that, she looked absolutely amazing. But when she's in the ring with Natalya and Dakota Kai and all these chicks that are kind of on the lower end of the spectrum, she winds up looking like shit. So I think it looks like Io is one that needs to be in the top end of the groupings so that she looks better, because she obviously rises to the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree, dude. I like, not that I want to, but I wish there was another point to be made, but it's a great one. I mean, when she wrestles wrestlers that aren't great wrestlers, she wrestles down.
Yeah.
When she wrestles great wrestlers, she's capable of wrestling up. And that's really it. And quick update, the first of our triple threat match right now to find out our SmackDown contender, Edge, AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, is underway. Keep going.
Fantastic. So what are you going to rate this one out of 10?
I'm going to give it an A+.
Out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 9.5.
9.5?
A+.
I'm actually right there with you at a 9.5.
Yep.
9.5 sounds good to me. I think it was a match that really, like I said, it surprised us.
Yep.
Surprised us.
Yep.
Omos versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay.
Now, talk about a match that just felt forced upon us as well.
Yep.
I mean, the crowd obviously went ballistic. This is one of the best crowds we've seen in a while. We're going to be talking about the crowd a lot tonight.
The best crowd we've seen in a while, not one of the.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously they were behind Seth 100% of the way. His music was ringing throughout without anybody even having to say anything, but he was wrestling the ultimate dud in Omos. So what'd you think?
So I actually, believe it or not, I thought that Rollins made him look great. I think that Rollins looked great. I think there was a lot of memorable moments. I think almost, when the lights cut out and Rollins in the middle of the ring and his chants are going with no music on the spotlight and almost kicks him to start the match, like real heel style.
Absolutely.
Got the crowd pissed, right? And I love that. I thought the very first move where Rollins tried to jump at him and then went flying and almost shoulder tackled him, it showed how big and how dominant he was. I thought another spot that was great was him kicking out of two stomps. And I think the way for him to lose with a stomp off the top ropes, I think there was just a lot of great spots in the match that made them both look great, dude. Really.
See, with almost losing again at a pay-per-view, I think Rollins looked great in this match. I thought Amos looked Amos again. I thought if he doesn't get a win soon, this whole Nigerian giant thing kind of goes out the window. Because he's been getting loss after loss after loss. So why is anybody really scared of this dude?
So I don't think that I'm in a different boat. I'm in a different mindset. I'm more inclined to say the Beast Incarnate title will be lost before the Nigerian Giant, because the Nigerian Giant is just saying it's a giant guy from Nigeria. That's his name, right? It's not like they're saying the Unstoppable Giant or the Beast Giant or the Nigerian Beast. It's the Beast Incarnate continuously losing matches. You lose the Beast title, right? So I think they got to give him a win. Definitely, I agree. But I don't think he loses. There's no real storyline for him. It's Vince just trying to get this big guy over,
Yeah.
So they're going to keep throwing him into these weird matches. As long as the wrestlers work out where he can throw Lesnar around and look like a big guy. He can throw Rollins around and Rollins makes him look good. It's odd to me, but they could almost throw him in a match with any big name guy and just sort of have it work, oddly enough. Weird.
Yeah, he's either got to be on an undercard guy and completely dominate him,
yes.
Right? Or he's got to be on a big name card and lose.
Yeah.
That's basically where he's at in the company right now.
Wow. Great spot, by the way, dude, in this match. 2 seconds. Rey Mysterio went to go slide under the ropes. Edge was standing outside. Edge caught him in a DDT form. And then AJ Styles literally jumped through the ropes, drop kicked Edge, and Edge DDT'd Rey Mysterio. Pretty dope spot. Go ahead.
Those are 3 good guys to have in that match together. They're going to put on a banger match.
3 legends.
All right, so out of 10, what do you give Omos versus Rollins?
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it an A.
Wow, I'm way lower.
I'm going
7.8.
I really thought about it a lot, and I thought about what the match was supposed to be and what it was supposed to be. I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't going to give us a story. It wasn't going to give us anything more. There wasn't much leading into it.
I think that's my problem, though, is that if if you're not going to give us a story, I want a banger match. And to me, it just wasn't. Wasn't
it though for like an Amos match?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like for an Amos match, I want a banger match for anybody.
Okay.
Next up, U.S. title match. Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley. Obviously, Austin Theory managed to come out of this one on top yet again.
That's why he's on the Mount Rushmore. So
who do you think looked best out of this? Who do you think came out looking best out of this?
I mean, I'd probably go Bobby Lashley, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah, I'd go. I
think Bronson Reed came out looking really good out of this.
It was one of the two. I flip-flopped in my mind, but Bronson Reed, I love the feud going on between him and Bobby Lashley right now.
Yeah, it's one of the better storylines they got going.
Love that. It's giving purpose to both characters for sure. They both look good. They're both beating the heck out of each other. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's why it almost bothered me to have
Theory in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so weird to me. It was like you knew he was going to have to kind of like snivel away with a win. It wasn't going to be dominant, right? So it was odd to me.
But that plays to Theory's character also, because that's the guy he's been playing.
Yeah. I mean, in no world does he beat Reed and Lashley, but it's so odd. And it didn't even show more of like, it didn't impact how I felt about him as a U.S. champion at all, which was
weird. Me neither.
Yeah,
me neither. He was almost insignificant in his own title defense match.
Completely, I agree, and I love Theory, so it's tough for me, But I thought the match overall was fantastic.
A couple really good spots. Bronson Reed hitting moonsaults and diving splashes. It's amazing seeing a big guy like that do all that type of stuff. And, we're seeing it a lot more with a lot of the bigger guys trying these more outlandish moves, if you will. Lashley looked good. I mean, Lashley looked good. He's not my favorite. I've gone on and on about how I'm tired of seeing Bobby Lashley, but this specific rivalry he has going with Bronson Reed makes me want to see Bobby Lashley.
He's starting to win you over. I can tell.
A little bit. Good. I just, what it was for years, they shoehorned him into every title picture.
Correct.
And, he's boring in those matches.
Yeah.
In a match with Bronson Reed, who's going to take it to the next level.
Oh, Edge, double spear through the ropes onto the outside floor. Oh, my God. Incredible spot. God almighty, Edge is retiring after that one.
Yeah, so with a guy like Bronson Reed, I think it brings more out of Lashley.
I agree.
To step out and kind of step up his game a little bit. Again, Theory was kind of insignificant in this entire match. Really didn't show us anything. He just did the Theory does and got the win without having to get his hands dirty, which is the ultimate Theory move, right? I mean, that's what he's building on. Yep. So that being said, give me your score for that one.
I'm also gonna go 9 out of 10, bro.
You're going high on a lot of these.
You'll see where I go with it.
I'm going 8.5.
You'll see where I go with
8.5 out of that one, only because of the finish. If it had a better finish, I would have went higher with it.
Okay.
All right. Now we come to this one's tough. Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega.
Okay. You want to just ask me for my grade?
It's a 0.
Or you want to talk about the match?
Well, let's talk about, first off, the fact that they're in Puerto Rico. Zelina comes out decked out in everything Puerto Rico. It's the best crowd we've seen in forever. And she got the lowest pop out of everybody for the night.
Correct.
Like, that was absurd to me. I could not believe that this crowd wasn't going ballistic. They were more excited for Io Sky than they were for Zelina Vega.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the fact is this. The crowd clearly was a true wrestling crowd, and they knew they were seeing dog shit. Like, the fact is you can only sell so many things.
Yeah.
right? And they understood that WWE was trying to do a solid by Puerto Rico, and they had Bad Bunny, and they had the LWO moments, and they had, and now they're like Selena Vega. Like, how much of that can you do before it's not believable? Damian Priest, right? Like, there was, it was almost like in their mind they were like, all right, like we know we're getting the hookup here, but this is too much, right? So yeah, it's I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all.
I was shocked by it, honestly, because they had been so up for everything else that it was just like, I was like, when Zelina comes out, they're gonna go nuts. They're gonna go nuts. And they just didn't. I was like, this is crazy. Like, the craziest thing I've seen was Zelina opening up that cape, showing the Puerto Rican flag, and all of Puerto Rico going, eh.
Yeah. It just shows you, man. It just shows you.
Yeah.
If you're not a good wrestler, you're not giving them anything good, even though you're from their country, like there's only so much they can do. Like, are they gonna go nuts for you knowing like there's nothing to this? They know you're losing. It's a
What's going on, Brad?
They know you're losing. So I don't know. At the end of the day, Brad, what's going on? Yeah, I mean it's by the way, the zero pop is well deserved. Because she's done nothing to deserve anything other than zero.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, she's not the right opponent for Rhea. Right?
Understatement of the century.
Yeah, like she's just not the right opponent for Rhea. Rhea just tossed her around. The match was so like, yeah, the chocolate moment was funny, but like,
was it?
But there's like only so much you can do, What's your grade on that one?
F.
Give me a number.
0.
0. We're going 0 out.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm actually 0. There was 0 interest, 0 care, 0 action, 0 story, 0 that I was paying attention to. Nothing.
All right.
0 crowd, 0 everything.
I'm going with a 3.0 on that one.
Super generous. Super generous. And I don't even know why you're giving it. Like, I almost feel like that's so forced, dude. It's forced. But
I mean, it's simply because there was a match, and it was a match that happened that didn't have a lot of botches. It just,
She couldn't even hit her with the flip-flop, bro. It's awful. It's an awful match. Sorry, dude. It's awful.
Listen, 3.0 is an awful match in my eyes also.
So many women they could have given that opportunity to, and only because it was in Puerto Rico, they give it to Zelina Vega. It's as bad as it gets. Okay, next. I'm not actually hurts me to talk about it more. What do we got next? There's about to be a double power bomb from the top ropes. Just talk right through me, bro. I'm giving the updates, boys and girls, and we're moving right on. Anything I see, a nice spot.
Brad Evans gives it minus 100.
No, but he's accurate though.
Let's see here. Moving on.
Yep.
To what some were saying was an overbooked match. I feel the exact opposite. I think it was exactly what we wanted to see, plus more. Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. This crowd for Bad Bunny went absolutely ballistic. It might have been a bigger pop for than Rollins for Bad Bunny.
Debatable. Yeah.
They were singing Bad Bunny's song, and that has lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, bro, the fact that they sang him into the ring was, I don't think I've ever heard that before. The closest thing is Jericho.
Yeah.
Right? And where they sing his entire song.
Jericho, maybe Cody now.
Yeah, I mean, but Cody has like the couple lines.
Yeah, they got the wall,
But they literally sang his entire song. It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. For a celebrity, I mean, he's got to be the best celebrity wrestler we have. Him and Logan Paul, right? Like they got to be the top two.
Easily.
Like at this point, I want to see Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I mean,
but I mean, spot after spot with him and Priest. It was a San Juan street fight. Amazing moves he was pulling out. They're hitting each other with kendo sticks and chairs.
Big botch in that match. Big botch.
Really?
Edge is hurt. Major botch in that match. AJ Styles is advancing to the championship round. Edge was on his knees. It looked like Rey Mysterio was supposed to jump off the top rope. Edge was supposed to spear him. And then AJ Styles was supposed to hit the phenomenal forearm on Edge to pin Edge. Edge never got up to spear Rey Mysterio.
Oh, shit.
Rey played it off like he got speared. And he didn't at all. Edge didn't move. Rey stayed down. Edge hit AJ Styles hit Edge with the phenomenal forearm and won the match, but I think Edge got hurt there at the end. He never got up to spear him. Bad botch. Continue.
Wow.
Yeah, bad, bro.
So, this match, went on for a lot longer than we thought we'd see.
It was awesome. Yeah.
And going through tables, using chairs, using kendo sticks, every trick in the book, the Falcon Arrow off the broken arrow off the studio equipment through the tables. I can't believe Bad Bunny took that pop. You know what I'm saying? Like they went back to the ring. Of course, we knew at some point Judgment Day was going to get involved and the LWO was going to get involved. But the big surprise was that Carlito and Savio Vega came out.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's weird, but I just saw. So Carlito's not signed with WWE.
No,
but this is actually the second time that he's made a surprise appearance while not contracted by them, which is so odd to me. And I was never bought into his character at all, but I think he is like a random, once in a while type of guy with his gimmick that people will get up for. Perfect place to do it. Savio Vega looked great for a guy who can't move.
When he did that kick, though, I was sold. I was sold
too. I mean, bro, he got his leg up way higher than I could. So I will 100% give him that. No doubt. But, it was the spot for me, obviously, was Finn and Dom come out and, they're beating up on the guys and whatever. And then they leave. They're about to leave. They start kind of laughing. And then all of a sudden, Savio Vega stops them and, they're all going at him. Pretty cool spot. I also liked when Bad Bunny, when he put the broken arrow, he hit Bad Bunny with the broken arrow through the table and he gets up and everyone, Adam Pearce and everyone checking on him. And they're like, stop, he's done. And Damien's like, yeah, he may be done, but I'm not done yet. And he, grabs him again and just puts him on his shoulder and carries him like a rag doll. Pretty cool, man. Bad Bunny did great. He did.
What Priest showed me in this match, and I think this was a bump up for Priest also, this match, even though he lost. Like, I think it was a bump up for him because he showed he can wrestle with anybody. He's that professional. He showed that he could be Sami Zayn, right? Like, Sami Zayn wrestling with the Jackass guys proved that, like, Sami can, like, go with anybody and make them look great. And Priest did the same thing for Bad Bunny. And it was just it was a great match in my eyes. I loved it. I love the surprises. I love the people are saying it's overbooked. I'm like, who cares? Let it be overbooked. I wanted overbooked at that point.
Yep.
I wanted them to bring out 12 more members of the LWO. I wanted at one point because I keep forgetting that the LWO's music starts with Eddie's music.
Yeah.
The Viva La Raza. So I thought it was Chavo at first. Remember, I was yelling. I was like, Chavo. I thought he was coming out, and I was like, "Oh no, it's Santos Escobar." But I wanted to see all of it. Give me Chavo, Psychosis, and our man Hoovy too.
I fucking can't stand this guy, bro. You're such dirt, man. By the way, Roman Reigns returns tonight. This would be a very odd booking for SmackDown. It appears as though the second triple threat match is happening already.
Where?
Yeah, already. Another triple threat on SmackDown. So we got AJ Styles moving
Yeah, they have
on.
to do them first at the beginning, so this way they could do. Because you got to remember, SmackDown's only a 2-hour show.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
So we have Sheamus, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory in this match. So we can really say Austin Theory's out. Prediction is Bobby Lashley. How do you feel, bro?
Then that would put Lashley versus AJ Styles.
Correct.
I think it might be Sheamus. Then you have Sheamus versus AJ Styles. AJ wins it. Then you get AJ versus Rollins at Night of Champions.
Okay.
I think any way you look at it, it's AJ versus Rollins at Night of Champions.
Okay.
What's your grade on the Bad Bunny match?
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right, I'm going higher. I'm going 9.5.
Ooh.
Carlito got me jazzed up.
Carlito got him jazzed. Okay. I mean, listen, anytime I get a condom appearance, I tend to rate it much higher. But
6-man tag. Usos and Solo versus KO and Riddle.
Love the match. Always love the match. No matter what. The Usos are greatest tag team in wrestling, period. I don't care who you throw out there. It doesn't matter. In any promotion. That's how I genuinely feel. And listen, KO and Sammy are great wrestlers. You're adding 2 great wrestlers who are the champion to the match. Riddle's sort of fitting into the storyline pretty well. And Solo. So yeah. I feel like I can watch a few more of these and be perfectly happy.
I feel like we're going to get a few more of them regardless, but
I hope so.
It's funny because we were talking about it before and while we were doing the watch party about how, like, our prediction on how this match was going to go. And you saw something that I neglected. I missed, which was, so I was adamant that KO and Sammy kind of had to win this match. What I didn't think about that you did was Solo pinning Riddle, because then it protects everybody involved.
Correct.
And I think that was the right move. They went with the right move for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thing. My thing was you got to keep in mind you're trying to also build Solo up, right? So you're trying to tear down the bloodline. You're trying to cause havoc amongst each other of who's dominant and who's with Roman and who's not. You're trying to still protect.
Keep going. I got to grab my laptop charger.
You're still trying to protect the tag team champions who just won the belts and they beat the Usos again. So you can't have them really lose, and Riddle can't really win. So in order to make all of that happen at the same time and to not have the bloodline look weak, because it still has to be the bloodline at the end of the day, the only thing you can do is Solo win that match against Riddle. Even if Solo beat one of the other ones, it wouldn't have even mattered because it's not the Usos beating them, which is important. You can't let the Usos beat Sammy and KO. So I think the match ended great. Like I'd said to you, I was like, yeah, I mean, you kind of got to have these Usos win. Well, the bloodline win, not the Usos, but it looked great, man. It was and ended up looking good. And listen, I want to say a little something about this to everybody, and it's sort of annoying me at this point. So I'm going to make this very clear to everybody because I've been seeing a lot of this lately. There is very few guarantees in life, boys and girls. Very few. Okay? And the guarantees are always, I'm not going to say bad, but they're not what we want, right? So guarantee that we die at some point. Guarantee we're paying our taxes. guarantee that all good things come to an end. That's the cliche, right?
Yeah.
So everyone is in such a rush to let things die or go or a story to end. Once it ends, it's done. So please just enjoy it while it's here. The bloodline is going to go. It is going to fold every week. Oh, the storyline. They keep saying it's cracking. Yes, they're going to keep saying it's cracking until it's gone. And by the way, newsflash, idiots. When it's gone, they're not going to reform the bloodline. It's done. So let's enjoy it for just a little bit. And let's stay on edge a little
The
more.
problem that we have with this, and I see what you're saying, and I agree with you to a point, is that it's gone so far at this point that it'll get stale before they break it up.
The thing about it is it can never. And I'll tell you how I know it can't go stale.
It's going stale right now.
No, it's not. But there's no way because people keep tuning in to see it end. And it's
they're tuning in to see it end. That doesn't mean that we're getting quality along with that.
But we are though. We're getting amazing matches in between. We're getting
amazing matches from the Usos
and Solo. Okay,
we're getting nothing from Roman.
Okay, but we're not talking like look at it. It was all of this. They're talking about like not disappointing Roman and Roman watching and Roman being on the phone with Solo and sending him out there. And now we're like, Solo's done, right? But there's so much turning and there's so much going on that it's keeping everybody waiting on the edge of their seat because everyone wants to say, finally. That's what we all want to say, right? Everyone wants to say.
Brad says he's never going to acknowledge them, so stop.
Yeah, but I'm not making a pitch to acknowledge anybody. I didn't say that. I'm just.
I agree, Brad. We're getting the same matches every week, and that's the issue, right? We're getting the same matches every week, and at some point, you need to shit or get off the pot. So at some point, you either need to break the bloodline and do the bloodline civil war, or you have to move on to another opponent or another set of opponents.
This has got to get through Night of Champions.
Remember, we're gonna get to Night of Champions. So
it's got to get through it, right? Like you have essentially 3 contenders.
Well, it's gonna get through Night of Champions no matter what, because I don't think the Usos are gonna be there.
Why wouldn't the Usos be there?
What are they going to be doing there?
They'll be with the bloodline.
Doing what?
I'm telling you, bro. You keep
Roman's not going to have a match. There's no reason. The Usos aren't going to have a match.
There's going to be a big, bro. I'm telling you, dude. There's going to be a big. There's going to be a crowning. There's going to be a coronation. There's going to be this match. There may be more bloodline. Like there may be some of the older ones, and whatever.
I doubt that's happening.
Okay.
Not in Saudi. If it wasn't in Saudi Arabia, I agree with you. I don't think they're flying Rikishi and the wild Samoans out to Saudi Arabia for that.
Remember how much money gets pumped in from there.
Yeah, that's fine. It's got nothing to do with that. I don't think that they're going to want to make the trip.
Okay. I'm just telling you, there's going to be a massive celebration.
Saudi's a big problem with. We're gonna get to all that. Let's table that for right now. What's your grade on the 6-man?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right, I'm going 9 out of 10 as well. Is that the last match?
Last match.
Lesnar versus Cody. Lesnar versus Cody. In my eyes, this was booked wrong. It shouldn't have been the main event. The 6-man tag should have been the main event. This should have been before it. Because I feel like all the energy was sucked out of the room for when this match went on that no one gave a fuck. And I thought this was a good match.
It was a great match with an awful ending.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Awful, awful, awful ending. I said it all along that Cody Rhodes could not win that match. It was dumb. It was pointless.
No, I think he had to win the match. I think he had to win the match in a way that didn't involve Lesnar breaking his fucking skull open.
So bro,
because you're contradicting yourself now, though. You're contradicting yourself.
Why?
Because when Cody lost at WrestleMania, we had a big argument about this, and you said Cody has to prove himself. He has to prove himself. Lesnar's the proving ground, right? So he has to prove himself against Lesnar to move on to fight Roman at some point to beat Roman, believably in your eyes. So why are you saying that he has to lose to Lesnar then? It makes no sense.
The storyline for Cody right now, 11 months or 10 months away from WrestleMania to fight Roman on a whole different brand, is gone.
I don't think so.
So how's he going to fight Roman right now?
Yeah, he can fight Roman whenever he wants. They're showing you that this brand shit means absolutely nothing. Because as it is, the heavyweight championship that was supposed to stay on Raw, they have SmackDown people going for it. So they're showing already that this brand thing means absolutely nothing.
She wants what? I'm sorry,
no, go ahead.
My munchkin just said she wants a sandwich. What type of sandwich?
Peanut butter and jelly with sprinkles.
Peanut butter and jelly with
sprinkles.
You heard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come here. Okay. Here. You have to say hello first.
What's up, Scar?
Hello.
Say hi, Zuplex.
Hi, Suplex.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Scarlett.
Here. Here.
Hi, Scarlett. How are you?
Oh, say I'm good.
I'm good.
You say how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Say Roman Reigns is the best.
Roman the best.
And say he's the tribal chief.
He's the chapter chief.
Good
say
enough.
You love Cody Rhodes.
Nope, took it off before you said it. See that? Yeah, no corrupting daddies, girl.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, go get your sprinkle sandwich. So I just feel this way about it. Cody needed to lose the match without Giant Butters. What's going on, man?
What's up, Butters?
Cody Rhodes needed to lose the match in a way that like it disqualified Lesnar or disqualified him. That's what I meant. Like he, ended up like brutally beating up Lesnar, but not winning. Right? He lost because of a technicality of that, and they had to fight again. And I don't even mind if they fought again and something like that happened on the other end. Then they fought again, and he beat him legitimately after sort of like. Because there's no one else for Rhodes to fight that's going to build him up enough in order to get back to Roman Reigns. Because at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to end up with the other belt. He shouldn't, because it'll diminish the run at Roman. Because that's the belt. It'll
diminish that belt in entirety.
Yeah.
Right, because then that belt becomes the consolation belt because it's too close to him losing to Roman. That if he wins that belt now that belt's a consolation prize.
Yes, I agree. Well said. So I just feel like, Brock Lesnar was bleeding, and Cody should have just continued to like do something where the ref it looked like Cody like snapped, right? And it would have called the match. Lesnar would have won based on a technicality, blah, blah, blah. And Rhodes would have called him out week after week about, how did it feel for the refs to stop it for you? Some beast you are, couldn't even beat me, blah, blah, blah. Next time around, Lesnar does it to him, right? To show like how dominant he is. He didn't want to win. He just wants to brutally beat him up. Third time around, Cody beats him legit by pinning him, not some BS armbar rollover, right? Because no way Brock doesn't know that the ref next to his head is counting to 3 and he got him in. No way. It's trash. So he gets him, ref's distracted somehow. He hits him with something. He lands 2 of the whatever he calls it, and he pins him, or 3 of them. Pins him, beats him. conquers him, beats Roman. Love that. But it's you can't have him fight anybody else. So he can't win the other belt. He just beat Brock 10 months away from fighting Roman. You're not having a match with Roman for another 10 months at least. So what
like Brad's asking, does he have to fight Brock for 11 months?
So that's why I'm saying he beats Brock now. Brock wants the rematch at Night of Champions.
Which we're getting that rematch. That's happening.
Okay. So now within a 3-week span, we got 2 of this already.
Yeah.
Okay. And what? Cody beats Brock again now?
Brock's going to win this one, then they have a rubber match. It's got to be that way.
Okay.
Right.
I almost feel like it's not now. He pinned Brock.
Yeah, he pinned Brock, but now Brock beats him. Now they have to go to it's basically like 2 out of 3 at that point. And then he beats Brock on the where I think that the Cody storyline should go.
Okay.
Is after he beats Brock. Like let's say you're right? They go in, he goes after Brock again. Brock beats him. 3rd match, he beats Brock, right? Turns into this whole thing. Now Brock's behind him. Let's say, that brings us to SummerSlam. Now SummerSlam, Heyman's like, he's like, I want to go after Roman again. I want Roman again. Heyman's like, you know what? Fuck you. You're not going after Roman again. You have to get through Solo. You have to get through the Usos. So he's got to run the gauntlet of the entire bloodline. Right? So you could set up Heyman Solo for a few months. And then he's got to go after Roman after that.
See, if he does that, here's the issue with doing that with Solo. You risk burying Solo. That's the only issue because right now Solo's been unbeatable, right? So if as the enforcer, if he goes
Solo's been unbeatable except for when he fought Cody on Monday night.
But did he lose to him?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it? Is Solo can't get over the hurdle of beating Cody, and then that's how Roman and him split because he can't get the job done there. So the Usos couldn't get the job done.
It further fractures the bloodline, right? While also protecting Cody and leading Cody to the WrestleMania match of him and Roman.
Interesting.
I mean, on what's on the landscape now, that's all I can see. You know what I'm saying? Whether something else comes out of that or not, we don't know. But that's on the landscape now. That's what I can see. What would you give this match rating?
I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm going 8.5. I actually really like this match.
I thought Rhodes looked very good, man.
I thought he did too.
Every time I start to like Rhodes, I feel like something happens wrong that makes me just upset. I started to buy into Rhodes. What's odd is I really started to buy into Rhodes after he lost to Reigns at WrestleMania. I actually was like, I'm going to start to invest in this character. Another big botch. Sheamus had Austin Theory up, and he was going for the Razor's Edge. And Austin Theory tried to slide down and, do a rollover pin, and he fell on the side of his head. Bad botch. That's the second one tonight. Yeah, so 6.5. And Johnny Butters gave it a 7. I have it as a 7. Every time I start to buy into Cody, I don't know, man. I'm just not as invested, So we'll see. Night of Champions has got to win me over again with Cody, and I'm still not against Cody being the guy to dethrone Roman, coming full circle. I'm totally cool with it. I want to see him continue to fight, earn his way back in, not what he does at other promotions, but what he does here. And by the way, that Bobby Lashley chokeslam is insane. And Bobby Lashley is completely busted open, ladies and gentlemen, and there is blood on SmackDown all over his face and head. He hit the corner of the ring, and he is completely busted open. And as I predicted, Bobby Lashley is moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. The captain is on the money.
So we got Lashley versus AJ.
And I said Bobby Lashley moves on. You said AJ Styles moves on.
I think AJ Rollins is the bigger match for Night of Champ for Saudi Arabia.
I do. I do too. I just I feel like somehow Bobby Lashley, like you said, he's somehow always gets shoehorned into this big match.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's like David and Goliath. They're giving Lashley a big push. AJ kind of just came back. I could just see them somehow sneaking him in.
It's possible. Definitely possible.
I would love to see AJ Rollins. So
yeah, I think that's just a bigger match for Night of Champions.
That's what I'm hoping happens, bro. So I would like to see that.
So for the recap for Backlash, 7 total matches, total points of 70, right? You were at a 52.5 out of 70.
Nice.
And I was at a 55.8 out of 70. So we're roughly around the same thing.
Okay. How do you feel in give me an overall just overall grade?
B plus.
That's where I'm at.
B plus. I mean, there was some low spots. There was some. I mean, the Rhea Zelina match really dragged the whole night down. And then I think I would have given it a higher grade if they flip flopped Cody and Brock and the 6-man tag, because I think Cody and Brock would have been a bigger sell earlier in the night.
I would have loved if they flipped the 2 women's matches, because if you got the Rhea match done with Selena Vega representing Puerto Rico, whatever, and got it done, the remainder of the night would have been dynamite.
Yes.
But they had that dead ass in the middle of the pay-per-view, so that was like tough to handle because we were all riding such a high. We're like, oh my God, dude, the crowd is going nuts for Sky and Belair, and you got Rollins coming out, and you got all these boom, 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 and then all of a sudden, this match. So
yeah,
it's like I almost just wish they would have done it first and gotten it over with. But I have to say, to open up with Belair and Sky the way that it did, it definitely prepped the crowd for bigger stuff. So
absolutely,
I see it. Just that match was so bad, bro.
So bad. It was so bad. So for Night of Champions, right? We have Night of Champions. Traditionally, every championship is supposed to be on the line, right? We know that that's not going to happen.
He hates this. Look at his face.
Well,
he's disgusted.
So I don't hate the fact that Roman's not going to defend against anybody as much if it wasn't for the fact that we know that the tag team champions aren't going to be defended there either. Because now you're taking the two top championships and not defending them at a pay-per-view called Night of Champions. And it's a miss. It's a miss in my eyes because, you're crowning the new world heavyweight champion, right? And I know, like, we got into an argument with Fred in our chat about like what things are called and this, that, and the other thing. They haven't had the world heavyweight championship in a long time. They haven't had it since Jericho was around, basically. The last World Heavyweight Championship was 2011 with Randy Orton. So this is a rebranded all-new title. This isn't the Universal Championship. It's not the WWE Championship. This is the World Heavyweight Championship. So it is a brand new title, which makes that reign separate from everything else. Roman, as far as we know, unless they do something in the next 2 weeks, is not competing at Night of Championship. We don't even know if he's going to be there. The captain here is under the assumption that they're going to do some sort of coronation of because he read some rumor from Dave Meltzer.
No, I'm telling you, the WWE had released something like.
Yeah, I remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago. And I don't understand what's happening right now. I don't get it. This is no problem. Great. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is happening for real. Yes, that happened. So I am just, they said they were going to do something big for Roman for his 1,000-day reign.
Yeah.
And Grayson Waller's on SmackDown.
Nice.
And he is talking with Adam Pearce. He's pretty hyped up. Okay, great. He said his first fight with that, I don't know who. By the way, I heard they're bringing back Baron Corbin's Lone Wolf or whatever he was back in the
I heard
day.
it to join the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that might be a good spot for him. If Priest can break away,
Yeah.
But
so supposedly they're going to bring in, they're going to this big ceremony, to talk about his reign and the greatest champion and whatever. And bro, I wouldn't even be surprised in the slightest if somehow Roman interferes in that heavyweight championship match.
There's no reason for him to.
I'm just telling you, he comes out, he's watching, he's got the belts, he's got the whole thing. Maybe that's how Rollins ends up losing it, and whoever's fighting him, just to just to cost him the match, is like a mind game, whatever. And always keep like that potential rivalry open for some reason, like later on down the road, but something's gonna happen with him. Something big. I feel it.
I mean, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. I hope something happens with him because otherwise nothing's going to happen with him for a very long time. But that being said, so the unified championships out of it.
Oh,
we know.
My God.
What?
Bro, is somebody watching SmackDown right now?
Live from SmackDown. What's going on? Explain it to us.
Bro, Cameron Grimes comes out. I don't know who that is, okay? He just an entrance, whatever. He comes down to the ring to fight Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin talks trash about him. It's like a weird thing. He's on the mic. Baron Corbin gives the mic away. Ding, ding, ding. Cameron Grimes runs straight at him and does the coup de grace to him.
Yeah.
Pins him 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
No, bro. It was a 3. Brad Evans said, "What just happened, dude?" It was bro. He ran in and he literally did a jumping coup de grace to start the match.
Yeah, that's his finisher. That's what Cameron Grimes does. Yep.
He did it. The first move, 1, 2, 3. That
oh my God.
Bro. It caught me off. That was.
And they continue to bury Baron Corbin.
Bro, that was the most wild sequence of events. What the hell, dude? I was just like, I don't even know why I even looked at the screen. I was like, I want to see what happens. I heard Baron Corbin talking. I turned it over. They were ding, 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 and he did it. And I'm like, what? Go ahead, bro. So that was wild.
No, that's right.
Wow.
So we know the World Heavyweight Championship is definitely Seth Rollins versus either Bobby Lashley or AJ Styles. We'll wait to see. But in the SmackDown, we'll know who that's going to be.
Yep.
Then you have foreseeably nothing for the World Tag Team Championships. We know Sammy and KO will not compete in Saudi Arabia. It's kind of fuzzy on whether Sammy is actually allowed to compete in Saudi Arabia or not.
I don't think he is.
When he's been asked about it, he's basically said like, they don't invite me and I don't ask why. So it's unclear whether or not the Saudis don't want him or WWE is just trying to prevent a problem or whatever the case may be. It's basically due to Sammy having been born of Syrian descent. And Syrians and Saudi Arabians don't necessarily get along that well. KO has in the last like couple crown jewels said that he won't go and compete there out of solidarity to Sammy. A couple other wrestlers have stated the same thing. The company doesn't seem to get on them too much about it. They just kind of like let sleeping dogs lie where they may be, which is good on them, because like if they cause a problem about it, I think it would cause a much bigger issue than need be. Like they don't want to compete in there for political reasons, whatever those reasons may be. That is on them. That being said, we have the World Heavyweight Championships. I'm assuming both women's titles will be up for grabs. What's he coming out now? Here we go. Now we're about to lose John for the entire rest of this segment here, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys and girls.
Brad, put your video on and just jump on here with me this way we can.
Guys and girls, your tribal chief is coming down to the ring. And every time you see him, it is a treat. He's a treasure. He's the 8th wonder of the world.
There's already 9, you dummy.
He's the 12th wonder of the world. Oh, thank you. Wow, good job, love. He is the GOAT. He's the champion. He's the undisputed champion. Roman Reigns. I just wanted to throw it out there. It's a commercial, so I'm back in action.
Right, good. You're back in action.
I'm back.
So who do you think? Now, we did see on Raw Natalya come out after Bianca destroyed Dana Brooks.
Snooze fest.
So do we get the most boring match of all time of Rhea Ripley versus Natalya at
You're talking about it? I yawned as you talked about it.
I know, it's so fucking bad, bro.
Natalya
is so bad.
Awful.
Absolutely awful. There's nothing good that can come out of that match.
Bro, can you just tell me who's fighting who at this point? Rhea Ripley has no challenger. Bianca Blair,
unless Charlotte comes back at some point, she really doesn't.
Natalya it just stepped up to like show up at Night of Champions out of nowhere. So Bianca Belair is with Natalya. Rhea Ripley's got nothing.
No, Rhea Ripley's with Natalya.
Rhea Ripley, I'm sorry. With Natalya.
Yeah. Bianca's
got nothing.
Nothing yet, but we might find out something on SmackDown tonight.
Great. What force?
But really, I don't know who would be a compelling matchup for Bianca either.
Bayley.
I mean, Bayley. Yeah, Bayley's probably the only one, right?
Yeah, I would love to see it.
You know, after that, Austin Theory. Who do you want to
say that?
Who?
I was going to ask you, who's he going up against?
So if Lashley winds up winning, then could you see Austin Theory versus Bronson Reed in a U.S. title match?
I guess. I mean, what do we? What do we have?
Or pay attention to SmackDown tonight. Maybe Theory costs Lashley the match tonight, and then we get Lashley versus Theory again for the 900th time at Night of Champions.
Oof.
That's a possibility. I could see them doing something like that.
Yes, bro.
Not that it would be great, but I'm just saying I can see them doing something like that.
It's such a big problem. There's no stories. There's no story. I mean, and other Gunther, who's he fighting?
Yeah, we have nothing for Gunther right now,
bro. There's nothing for anything.
Drew for the 900th time. Sheamus for the 900th time. Like
Drew is not even wrestling.
Yeah, I know. Drew's not. I mean, he got drafted, right?
Yeah, I don't know why,
but he's not signed, so we don't even know what's going on with Drew. There's no opponent for Gunther. There's no opponent for Theory. Rhea kind of has an opponent maybe with fucking Natalya. We're getting Brock versus Cody, the coronation of Roman Reigns, and the World Heavyweight Championship between Rollins and either AJ Styles or Bobby Lashley. So really,
maybe that match will be 3 hours.
I mean, Night of Champions right now is not shaping up to be Oh, and I think the only other matchup that might be solidified at this point, I think, is Liv and Raquel versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Unless that match is done in the nude, I'm never watching those people.
Which definitely won't happen in Saudi Arabia.
So I'm already out on whatever that match is.
Yeah.
It's as bad as it gets. I just want to explain something to everybody. Roman Reigns is officially in the middle of a ring. It is so good to see Roman Reigns in the ring. It's good to just be in the presence of my tribal chief. Even though it's on TV, this guy he's the greatest. He may be the greatest of all time.
Anyway.
The whole bloodline's with him, by the way. FYI.
So, Night of Champions, we're going to be doing a watch party for this. However, I will not be there for the watch party.
Yeah, we're taking over.
I unfortunately have my cousin's wedding the same day. Mm-hmm. I will be in full-blown wedding mode at that point. So the watch party for Night of Champions will officially be the captain and Scythex taking over. So there, at this point, if you guys don't have lays to wear around your necks for the coronation, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I'm going to be very disappointed in you guys.
Unless, first of all, we are extended members of the bloodline. And we will have our Samoan tattoos out and lays around our necks. I'll have my hair slicked back. And I'm going to be, bro, we are full blown.
I expect nothing less from the two of you, ooses.
No.
Get your ooses ready, everybody. They're going to be very oosy.
Bro, I've been talking to my oos for 2 weeks about it. So we are going to be prepared. I may be wearing a Roman Reigns jumpsuit. The one he's got on right. Bro, this crowd's going nuts for Roman right now.
Now, remember, this is 1:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday.
Yep, join me.
Trust me, I wish I could be there for it, but I can't. I might be able to jump into the comments. Depends. Wow. We'll see. Other than that, that's our Night of Champions recap. We ain't got shit going on for that. Our Backlash recap, B+ is all around. Fantastic crowd. Captain, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it, brother. Man. We're going to get out of here, go watch the rest of SmackDown.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Our tribal chief is talking, dude. We got to respect the man. It's like the national anthem being played. You stand up, cover your heart.
Make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. Everything on GGen. Leave comments. Let us know how we did. Let us know your grades on the Backlash pay-per-view. Let us know what your thoughts and feelings on everything. We're here to communicate with you guys as well. So tell us what's up. Say what's up to your mans and them. Let us know what's going on. GGen all the way. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for everything dropping soon. We are out of here. Deuces.
Deuces. Acknowledge your tribal chief.